Hello, welcome at the Open Verse of Tanzania. Last time I showed you how to add an assignment and make some necessary settings for your assignment. And today I'm going to proceed with another part of submission types. So here you are going to restrict a student on how he can respond to the questions you provided to them. So by default, a student can send a file type, either PDF or a Word document. So here you can set file types, file submission, so it is set by default. Also you can check online text. So if you check online text, then a student can also hard code the answers on the browser. So over here also you can set the number of words. So this is directly connected with online text, so you can restrict number of words a student can type or when writing on online text. Okay, so in order for this to work, you must make sure that online text tab is checked. Okay, but by default file submission is enabled. Maximum number of file upload, you can set either 1, 2 or 3. So this is connected with file submission, so you can restrict number of files you can receive from a student. Maximum submission size by default is 100, but I would like to advise you to use this, but you can also choose any other size you need. Okay, then accepted file types. Also here you can choose the types of files you need to receive from your students. Okay, so you can choose. So there are a lot of selections, either archive files, audio files, document files, but normally we use document files. It's either PDF, Word, and DOC. So this is mostly used traditionally. So you choose document, then open. Okay, then choose PDF, Word 2007, Word document. So this is mostly used. Okay, then scroll down and say save changes, but you have a lot of selections. You can choose any of type of file you need to receive from your student, but technically we mostly use what I've checked. So save changes. Okay, there. So I'm going to receive PDF documents from students. Okay, then another part is feedback type. So this is where you are going to respond or to make some changes or some correctness to the answers you have received from the student. So you can have a feedback comment. Okay, so you can have a box where you can comment on the answers of a student, or you can annotate a PDF directly on the browser. Okay, so there's no need of installing any other plugin for this to work, but it is automatically you can annotate or you can comment on PDF that students have responded. But make sure that for that to work, annotate PDF is checked. Also you can use the PDF files offline grid worksheet, but mostly feedback comments and annotate PDF is are used. So another part is comment in line. So you can also comment in line to what they have, a student has written, so you can comment directly to the line. So if you say yes, then you can be able to do that. So if no, then you cannot be able to comment in line. Another part is submission type. So here requires student to click the submitting button. So if you say yes, when a student submit an assignment, then he can come another time, or next time he can also check or make some changes. He can also resubmit. But if we say yes, then when a student click or send an assignment, then he will not be able to make any change. So no means the student can repeat or can change an assignment, especially if the limit of the deadline limit is not reached. So but by default it's no. So if you need to leave it, then it's okay. require students to accept the submission acceptance, require the students. Also, this one is a place where if you say yes, mean that you need a students to prove the legitimacy of his work. Okay, so if you say no, then you will not need to confirm the legitimacy of his answers. Terms of reopened. So if you say here is where a student can make changes on his assignment. So if you say never, then a student will not be able to make any change. But if you say manually, then if a student has a challenge on his assignment as submitted, so if you say manually, then if you need, maybe if your student has discovered that there is a problem and he needs to make some changes, then if you say manually, then a student, then you instructor will have to allow him to make some, those changes. But never means that your students cannot make any change, and even you cannot allow him to make that change. But if you say automatically, then a student can make a number of changes as he wishes until the deadline is reached. Maximum number of attempts. So if you set manually, or especially automatically, then you can allow a student a number of reopening and make some changes on their submitted assignment. Then another part is group submission settings. So you can allow students to either to submit individual work or group assignment. So if you say no, then this means that a student will send an individual assignment. But if you say yes, means that with any assignments submitted will be in group. Okay, so make sure that you understand that. So if you say no, any assignment received will be individually termed. Another part, which is the last part for today, is notifications. Okay, so you need to get the notifications, especially when you have prepared your assignment and when you receive responses from students. So notifying graders about submission, graders you instructor, so you need to be notified about submission. So whenever a student submits an assignment, then you receive a notification on your email. Okay, so if you say yes, then you receive a notification. Notifying graders about the rate submissions. So here, when a student submit his assignment in a late time, then you will be notified. But if you say yes, if no, then you not receive any notification. And default setting for notified students. So here the students will be notified on any responses from you or system. So by default you can leave yes. I think that is the best way of doing that. So for today I'd like to end there. Join me on next session where we are going to complete the settings of assignment. For today, bye bye.